Definitely not where you want to be right now.
Gotta find a way to get out of this, Michael.
Crashing down the hard way. Boom! Running STO plants him.
Nicely done.
Brock Lesnar with a nice reversal.
Very difficult position to be in right now.
Yeah, situations like this usually don't end very pleasantly.
There may be no escaping this fireman's carry.
I don't know. Never say never, Cole. Ooh, just dropped.
And Byron, this takes a ton of strength to pull off, am I right?
Oh, you are definitely right, Michael. But you also have to remember how much energy it drains to pull off. The best way to describe combatants clashing inside a steel cage is its battle of attrition. Sometimes a superstar is left with no choice but to fight fire with fire and do whatever they need to do in order to win the match. And sometimes it comes down to a superstar doing whatever they need to do in order to survive.
Byron, you touched on this earlier, but it's so important for a superstar to accept that there's nowhere to run and nowhere to hide in a steel cage match. That the conflict will be resolved within the 15-foot-high steel walls that surround the ring. And that losing a cage match can mean much more than a mark in the loss column. For some, it has meant the end of their career.
It's difficult to describe the damage that can be done to a superstar who competes in a steel cage match. We see the physical harm, but we don't see the psychological effects from being inside the cage. Make no mistake about it, Michael. The steel cage truly represents survival of the fittest.
You know, guys, when Brock Lesnar came into WWE in 2002, he was immediately dubbed the next big thing. And I think it's safe to say that that moniker was pretty accurate.
Oh, nasty impact.
The next big thing was an accurate assessment of Lesnar, as Michael was saying, but truth be told, he didn't need a catchy nickname. Everybody could already see how dangerous he was.
Especially Matt and Jeff Hardy, who Lesnar completely decimated at the same time in his earliest matches. I don't think they've ever truly woken from that.
Escapes trouble there.
You gotta believe this one's over. The steel cage is a massive enclosure that stands 15 feet in height. For almost 35 years, a select group of high flyers have taken their aerial assaults to greater heights. And when I say that, I mean superstars climb to the top of the steel cage, the real high-rent district, and dive off onto their opponent. And that all started with one man in October of 1983, Jimmy Superfly Snuka.
To your point earlier, Byron, we've definitely seen some unbelievable attacks be launched from the top of the steel cage. And you mentioned the most iconic, the steel cage match for the Intercontinental Championship that saw Jimmy Superfly Snuka clash against bitter rival, the magnificent Morocco.
There's no denying that Superfly set the bar. You look over the years to people like Jeff and Matt Hardy, Eddie Guerrero, Kurt Angle, and Chris Jericho. They continued to push the envelope and executed unbelievable attacks from the top of the cage.
Singles action is underway, and in this one, I wouldn't attempt to predict what's going to happen. I'd just be ready for anything. Sometimes that's all you can do.
And man, I never get tired of watching these guys compete.
Kurt Angle has earned medals, championships, and a Hall of Fame ring. The Olympic hero does not.
There's a pin now. Oh. Kurt Angle has created so many historical moments throughout his decorated career. A victory tonight would be another prestigious accolade for the multi-time world champion and Olympic gold medalist.
And I wouldn't at all be surprised if this match stole the show here tonight.
Kurt Angle has earned medals, championships, and a Hall of Fame ring. The Olympic hero does not play second fiddle to anyone in that locker room.
Byron, you forgot to mention that he won an Olympic gold medal with a broken freaking neck.
I was going to mention it.
Dropped him with a big shoulder tackle. Oh, incredible height. Long distance drop. Harsh impact. Oof.
Boom, what impact. Oh my goodness, this hurts. Oh!
Hooked him up. Nailed it.
Perhaps thinking about what to do next here.
Well, better not think too long, though.
This is a tough spot to find yourself in, that's for sure.
But if anybody could break free from this, it's this superstar right here.
Before 2017's Extreme Rules, there were just 3 previous tag team matches where championship gold was decided inside a steel cage in the history of WWE special events. The Hardy Boys were in cover here. Oh, that'll mess up the neck. There's the kick out by Brock Lesnar. This might be it.
Oh, my.
Lariat.
Harsh impact.
He's on the defensive here. He may have to start reevaluating his game plan.
Yeah, he's taking on some offense here, but that's to be expected, especially considering who he's in the ring with.
This is all part of the process, guys. He knew he would take on some offense here tonight. He just has to make sure he keeps it to a minimum.
Beautiful technique.
The rivalry between Ultimate Warrior and Ravishing Rick Rude began during the Super Pose Down at the 1989 Royal Rumble. Then it progressed to where both superstars battled over the Intercontinental Championship. At SummerSlam 90, the rivals met inside a 15-foot-high steel cage for the WWE Championship. Victory could be achieved by pinfall or escape from the cage.
Oh, nasty impact.
Corey, the WWE Championship match between the Ultimate Warrior and Ravishing Rick Rude was the second half of the double main event at 1990 SummerSlam. The rivalry between the Warrior and the Ravishing One was so heated that no one knew what to expect once the two men were able to battle inside a steel cage, which at the time was the most grueling match in all of WWE.
The Ultimate Warrior dominated early on with his incredible strength. Rick Rude turned the tables and used the steel surroundings to his advantage. At one point, Rude dove from the top of the cage onto the Warrior. But after the Warrior's signature Gorilla Press Slam, the Ultimate One climbed over the cage and retained his WWE Championship.
The great ones always explode when they have the chance.
You gotta believe this one's over.
Ooh, what impact. Boom! Brock Lesnar is about as unstoppable a superstar as we've ever seen. His losses are few and far between, and when they do happen, there's often controversy involved. I'll start with you, Corey. How do you conquer the beast?
Well, Cole, it ain't easy, but Brock can be surprised. It took Goldberg all of 90 seconds to spear and jackhammer the beast and shock the entire world at Survivor Series in 2016. So yeah, be as strong as Goldberg and take Lesnar by surprise. Not easy, but it has been done.
Corey brought up the lightning in a bottle scenario of surprising Brock Lesnar as we saw Goldberg do a few years ago. Byron, would you say any other strategy can work against the Beast?
Well, the other men who handed Lesnar a high-profile defeat were John Cena and Triple H. Both men worked on Lesnar's midsection and scored lucky shots en route to victory. Though I should note that Lesnar followed up both of those losses by being completely dominant in the rematches.
You can always just let the air out of his tires before he gets to the arena. Ooh, nailed it. Ooh, nasty impact.
Ooh, what impact.
Ooh.
What a match. Call your friends, let them know what's going on right now in this awesome match. Boom, what impact!
Guys, I'd say one of the most shocking moments in Brock Lesnar's career would have to be the night Paul Heyman betrayed him at Survivor Series 2002.
It's all about desperation, survival inside these steel surroundings.
Beautiful technique. Oh, the reversal by Brock Lesnar. This might be it.
Oh, my.
On the topic of Survivor Series 2002, which Corey brought up, not only did Heyman betray Lesnar, but the Beast also lost his WWE Championship that night.
That's right, he lost it to the Big Show. Definitely a tough night for Brock Lesnar. Luckily, Heyman patched things up over the next 10 years. It's definitely been good for Paul's checkbook, but also his well-being. Imagine Brock having a decade-long vendetta against you. Boy, that's frightening. Harsh impact. Boom!
Got to be careful not to take on too much more damage here. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching SmackDown, the second longest running weekly episodic television program in history. You gotta believe this one's over. Boom, what impact.
We talk about how important stipulations are in a steel cage match. If superstars sign a contract where the only way to win is escape the cage and have both your feet touch the floor, the competitors must have a plan. Especially since you have to be comfortable trying to escape through the cage door as you do climbing over the top of the cage and vice versa.
Ooh, what impact.
Oh, nasty impact.
Taking a bit of a beating so far, but nothing that can't be overcome.
Corey, you touched on something moments ago that's so important for the combatants in a steel cage match to remember. A superstar must be able to think offensively to figure out how they're going to escape the cage. They must think defensively at the same time so they can prevent their opponent from getting out of the cage.
This steel cage match is in the books.
I can't believe what we just witnessed. Steel cage matches never fail to surprise and amaze.
Here is your winner, Brock Lesnar.
Extremely